Hey comic book peeps, this is Joe, and welcome to the Anachronic Comics channel.
Anachronic.
So I don't know how many of you guys watch the CW and the DC Heroes shows that they have in there. I basically watched them all, good or bad. But one that's come out recently and had their first season, a successful one I believe, was Stargirl. Now I'm a big Jeff Johns fan. A lot of his comics may not be worth a lot when you take a look at the key provider app, but I like the way he thinks about his characters and the stories he comes up. The Three Jokers was his idea, and I think that's been a really good 3-issue series right now. So when he came out with Stargirl, which is Stargirl is based on his sister who passed away some time ago, and I started watching it, I just got really enthralled with it. I love the storylines. I like the characters, the way they were developed. I think it was a 13-show season, but he didn't rush it. He let everybody kind of develop at their own pace. And at the end, when Stargirl and the New Justice Society won the day, as you would have expected, they still had a tough time doing it. But you can see that they progressed as they went along, both in terms of their physical skills and their abilities, and also in terms of their mental approach. They went from being kids to being real heroes, real superheroes. Any event, CGC is having a signing with Jeff Johns there. And so I've got a couple of copies of Stars and Stripe. First, I guess, appearance of Stargirl in her own magazine, along with Stripe, who used to be Stripesy, right? When he was part of the JSA. So I've got this one, and I have this one. So the question is, I'm not going to send them both in, which one to send in? So one of the things I've been trying to learn is how to grade comics. And, dirty grading is just looking at stuff without going through the intense process that supposedly CGC does. So what I'd like to be able to do is to give it a dirty grading, but I don't feel really confident in doing that. So I thought I'd reach out, get a guest to come in and do it. And I tried to pick someone who I met in the city, I guess it was a few months ago. I was able, through some intermediaries, to reach out to him. He's somebody who has great analytical skills, and when I spoke to him briefly, I understood that he had his own comic collection and actually enjoyed grading. So I got through to him through this intermediary and asked whether he would come in and help me make a decision as to which one of these two issues I should send in to CGC for grading. So he did ask for some special situations to be done here, and for some reason he said I shouldn't be here. I'm not sure why, but having him come in is such a great triumph. So I'm going to give him what he wants. So I'm going to end this first part of the video, set it up the way he wants it, and then when he's done, he'll let me know somehow, and then I'll come in and I'll end up this video. So let's see what happens. See you soon.
Hello, boys and girls. This is Batman. Joe called me and asked me if I would help him with some dirty grading on Stars and Stripe number 0. Why? Well, what he said was he wanted to send one into CGC for Jeff Johns' signature. So of course, I said I would help. Why did he reach out to me? Well, as the world's greatest detective, who else could take a look at these issues and determine even the slightest defects? I can use my Bat computer if I need to, but I don't think I need it. I think I could just do it on my own. So let's get started. I've got issue number A and issue number B. We'll start with A. Oh, incidentally, you may be wondering why I'm not on camera. Well, my bat suit is in the cleaners. I had a nasty run-in with the Joker last night, and I can't show myself now, or else you'll know what my secret identity is. And I'm sure you can understand. So, let's get started. Now, I've got this light on so we can take a look at it and use it. And I've already inserted a backing board into the middle so we can very easily take a look at the edges. All right, so as I look at this, I'm looking at the staples first. And if you take a look at the staples here, there are no tears. They look good. The top staple looks a little bit off. If you take a look at it, it's more towards the front. The edge color looks okay. It's hard to tell. They look like there might be some flecks there of color loss, but it could really be just a printing issue. Since I was not at the printing press and was not allowed access, I can't tell you whether or not it's a printing issue or whether it's simply some wear. But if it is wear, it's not very noticeable and it's not significant. When you take a look at the cover, the color is really good as we're going over it with the light. Really don't see any significant, I don't see, well, there's a little something there, but no significant dents or stress marks. And again, this has not been cleaned or pressed, so pressing could take care of anything that's there, but I really don't see anything. So the cover looks flat. I'll put it down. No soiling, no creases, bright color. Again, just that one, let's get a close up there. Just that one staple seems to be out of place a little bit. All right, so we'll keep that in mind as we go forward. All right, let's take a look at the back. Now, if we take a look at the back, you can kind of see, maybe because of that staple, there's a little bit of a short cut on this. Again, it may be just the printing, but you can see the inside of the last page along this edging here. I'll bring it up a little closer for you so you can see it. See that along the edge. Okay, and if we take a look at it with the color, there is a slight bit of indentation there. So I think a pressing might be good for the back here. Let's take a look at the back for the staples. Again, looks okay. All right, so if we take a look at the back, it's the way it's there, we can say that the rear cover, you can kind of see the slight roll, maybe some small pressable creases. If I look at the bottom here, take a look at this. Looks like there could be some slight wear there with some color loss right at the edge over here. All right, so we'll have to keep that in mind if we take a look at that. Let's look at the inside now. Let me take this out. Take a look at the center. All right. Bottom staple looks quite good. The top staple, yeah, you can kind of see, you know, it's good enough in any event. So really, if there's anything, the bottom staple is flat, the top one's a little bit off, but not bad. If we take a look at the pages here, pages look white. Nice color. Doesn't look like anything is missing in here. Take a look at the back part. Very nice. So the inside looks good. So again, I think the only thing here that I'd worry about a little bit, if it is pressed, is kind of this edging here. I'm just not sure what that is. The little nick on the top, actually it's not a nick on the top, that's just the edge with the DC insignia there. It's this bottom edge that has a little bit of a nick, or I guess, what do they call it, a color fleck or something like that on the bottom, because otherwise it looks nice and square. So all in all, I think that cover number A, or issue number A, is in pretty good shape. Let's take a look at B. Okay, so there's B. Let's take a look at it with the light. Okay. Let's see what we can find on this. Well, let's take a look at the staples first. All right. Staples here again. The top staple does look to be a little bit forward. And the bottom staple looks a little bit better. It might have been a printing issue that they came up with. Looking at the edging, it seems to have the same type of color issue, though a little bit more. So again, when you take a look at where the white is, you can't really see anything. But you go on the black, and it looks like there's some color loss. Similar to the first one, but a bit more. Okay. Let's take a look here in the front. Again, cover. Well, actually in the front here, you can see some of the page underneath. I'm not sure if you guys can see that as well as I can here. Let me do it this way. See it at the top there? See some color there? And that's the page underneath. Again, could be printing. Let's see if there's any creases here. I'm not seeing any right now as we go along. It looks, is there, right here, not sure if you guys can see it on the white. I'm not sure. It could be a bit of a color loss there, but if it is, it's very slight. Very slight. Only Batman's eyes can see it, I think. Okay. All right. Taking a look at the corners. Corners on this one looks good. Again, here could be a little bit of a tick or color loss there along the edge. Okay. Looking at the top corner, looks really good. Looking at the top left corner, again, it looks good. Now, interestingly, take a look at this DC insignia here. It goes way to the end. This shows you how printing can be so weird. Now, let's take a look at the other one that I had, as I mentioned to you beforehand. Oops, the color here. Now, take a look. You see, you can see the edge of the circle, but on this one, you can't. It's rolled more over. And so with that top part there, I'm not sure if that's a color loss or just the edge of the DC insignia. It's hard to tell. I have to take a closer look and maybe use the back computer for that. Let's take a look at the back. Looking at the corners here. Again, they look square, pretty good. Let's take a look in the light. Oh, well, here, I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me get a little closer here. But here, 1, 2, 3, 4, looks like there could be some slight color loss. You might be able to see it. You see those white areas there? It's a slight bit of color loss potentially there. All right. Again, and now this is really funny in a bad sort of way. You've got here, you can see along this side the page underneath, but you can also see it in the front. So to me, it seems obvious that when they cut this at the printer, they just did a lousy job of it. Let's see if we see any other dents or anything like that. Yeah, so far, other than that kind of slight color loss, it looks like it would be okay. Well, what do we got here at the bottom? Let's see. A little nick there at the bottom. I think you can see it. It's right there. And same thing at the bottom that you saw in the front there as well. Let's take a look inside. First in the middle. Nice. The staples here actually look better positioned than in the first edition that we had. Look, they're closed up. Even the one in the front is nice and tight. That first one was a little bit off. Looking at the pages in front. white, maybe a little whiter even than the first issue that we saw. Right. Nice. 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 And that, nice. Nice color. Stripey looks good. Nice. Okay. Yeah, there's a little bit more of a loss over there, I think. So let's take a look. Let's summarize here for you guys. Okay, so on number A, or issue number A, no tears. Top staple looked slightly off. The cover, flat, no soiling, no creases. The color was good. Slight roll, it looks like, maybe you could say, but I don't even know if it's a roll. I think it's just a printing error, if you want to call it that. The corners were sharp. A slight binding tick or color fleck in the lower left-hand corner in this one. All right. In the rear cover, we more clearly can see the slight roll, small pressable crease in the bottom, and a slight edge wear at the bottom, just like we saw over here. Inside looked good. Just that top staple was a little off, but not bad. All right, I mean, of course, we spoke about that bindery color on the side. You got it on both, though it seems on B it's a little bit more pronounced than it was on A. Also on B, if you take a look at it, the top staple, again, is visibly off. You can see it's off center here. Let me, again, the color, I don't know if you want to, the cover rather, I don't know if you want to call it a roll or not, because you can see the bottom page along the side, and when you turn it over, you can see it from the, you can see the back also. So it looks like the cover was not as large as it should have been, I guess. But it's flat, the cover, the whole comic is flat. Bright colors, no creases that I saw. I guess this might be a stress line, but along the edge, but I'm not really sure what that is. The corners are square, no abrasions. There was that slight color fleck that we spoke about. The rear, there seemed to be some wear on the rear, and some color loss or color flecks. You can kind of also see the page underneath. The inside staples were tight, no tears, nothing missing, and the pages for both issues were white, though it seems to me that perhaps this one was a little bit whiter than this one. So that's it. Those are the evaluations I have. I'm not going to give a rating to it. I'm going to give that over to Joe and let him worry about that. And again, this is Batman. I'm happy to help, and maybe I'll see you again. Off to the Batcave. All right, guys, so I'm back. I wanted to thank Batman for helping me out with that. I took a look at what he had to say, and I guess I'm going to go with A. I will press it, though I'm not sure that it really needs a humidity bath. I might just dry press this one a little bit. I'll take a look at it first. I was looking at this corner that he's talking about. It's back in the plastic now, so. But I don't know, how that would work out. But generally, when I take a look at these things, I mean, there's not a lot here for them to take a look at. So I think I got a good shot at a fairly good grade. Hopefully at least a 9.6. So we'll see how it works out. I'll be sending it in this week. I think it has a December 5th deadline date. And when I get it back months from now, I'll do another video letting you know what we got. So thanks for watching the video. What I'd like to know in the comments section is what you think about Batman doing this, and whether or not he should do some other ones for us. Or whether I should get somebody else or try to do it myself. So let me know in the comments section what you think. And if you really liked it, please give me a thumbs up. And if you may want to consider subscribing to the channel, that would be great. All right, I'll see you soon.